Wednesday, February the 8th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. There's a look during the 5 o'clock hour this morning from our Greensboro Tower camera. Very mild start to the day once again. Temperatures running way above average. Some patchy fog out there. Now, the fog is most extensive as I cut the video through the southern parts of North Carolina, including the Charlotte metro area. There's a look from the Dowd YMCA camera there toward Uptown. And obviously a saturated air mass out there, humidity up there between 95 and 100%. There's a lot of fog across parts of the foothills, southern Piedmont, and down into South Carolina with this residual, saturated air in place. What a warm day yesterday across the region. Look at the 80s back into Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas in some spots. There's the Carolinas, and it was a record high temperature in Greensboro and Fayetteville yesterday. Raleigh tied a record high. Just missed the record in Charlotte. Very, very warm day, though, all around the region there for Tuesday. There's the Triad area high temperatures. Charlotte, well up into the 70s in most spots in the viewing area. And I think really just as warm today before big weather changes begin to occur. All right, let's take a look at our temperatures this morning. It is, again, a mild start. Keep in mind our average high temperature this time of year, generally, at least in the Piedmont and North Carolina, is in the lower side of the 50s. So it is an extremely mild start to the day. These are 5 a.m. temperatures, still very mild across the southeast. But here comes colder air plunging down through the Plain States. Places such as, for instance, Kansas City, about 40 degrees colder now than where they were at this point yesterday morning. So that's a much colder air mass plunging to the southeast. Now, previous system still causing, as I cut the video, some showers and thunderstorms over here in the eastern parts of North Carolina. Those showers and storms will taper off this morning. That's what's left of the big round of severe weather that affected the Mississippi Valley region and the Gulf Coast yesterday. There's all the storm reports, and you've probably seen the headlines, and I was putting a lot of stuff out on Twitter as this was happening, but big tornadic problems in parts of the lower Mississippi Valley yesterday, including right around New Orleans. Those were big tornadoes that rolled through parts of Louisiana yesterday. Some amazing footage, stuff you don't typically see in that part of the country very often, and that was rough stuff for sure. Now, quiet this morning in the wake of that departing system, but watch Futurecast here. As we get into this evening, showers and storms fire off into the Tennessee Valley, and then those work eastward into the Carolinas, and there could be some strong storms overnight tonight. And I think the window of opportunity for that over most of the Carolinas anywhere from maybe 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., so basically tonight, as this next storm system approaches and works on in from the west. So there you go. Another really warm weather day. There's your highs here for today. Now, tomorrow changes occur. Behind that system, much chillier air begins to plunge in. It's going to be a day where highs might occur by late morning or early afternoon with falling temperatures thereafter, and it's going to be very breezy. For instance, there's your Triad area winds tomorrow, probably sustained 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 30 and 35 miles per hour, a good possibility. And up in the mountains, the snow will fly late tonight and tomorrow. Could be 2 to 3 inches of snow in those northwest facing slopes primarily. Cold day Friday, sunshine, high temperatures Friday though start out, well, first of all, lows Friday morning start out like that, well down into the 20s, and then highs Friday afternoon in many spots in the Piedmont of North Carolina and the foothills in the 40s. But by Saturday, really beginning to warm things up pretty substantially. Let's take a look at the more detailed modeling here. Here's a look at the European model for today. There's the departing system. Here comes the next one diving in by tonight and tomorrow morning. There it is, diving into the Carolinas. Forecast challenge next week is this piece of energy that gets left behind. The latest European model ejects that a little bit quicker, and I think too quick, actually. It moves it through by Wednesday. The GFS about a day slower. That's Thursday morning. And if you look at the European ensembles, this is the white line. That's the operational model. You notice a lot of the ensembles slower than that. The GFS and the Canadian are in good agreement with the timing of this system next week, as is the parallel run of the GFS. So I think a slower solution, what the European indicated, might be the way to go for next week. I'll show you that in just a second. Here we go to this afternoon and then overnight tonight. There's your chance for some showers, thunderstorms rumbling through the region. By daybreak tomorrow, this is snow kicking into gear up into the North Carolina mountains that continues through much of the day. And again, those favored northwest-facing slopes could pick up a few inches of snow tomorrow. Cold and dry Friday. Big warm-up starts Saturday. The southwesterly flow in place on the backside of that departing high. Sunday looks great. I think we're well into the 70s again on Sunday afternoon. A little cooler then for Monday and Tuesday, and then we await the arrival of that next system. The GFS brings that in mainly Wednesday into Wednesday night. And again, if you look at the Canadian, it's in very good agreement. That's Wednesday with that system rolling on in. And so, the European is a little bit quicker with that, but I'm going to go with that timing next week of maybe a Wednesday system. And we'll see how far south it tracks. If it were to track really far south, couldn't rule out winter weather possibilities, but I think the most likely scenario at this point is a chilly rain around Wednesday of next week. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.